always here on time. What's up? Just jamming out. Let me get on Instagram live really quick. What up? My baby, you know I'm ready you. My baby, I don't go whether I die for you. I pray to the Lord. I rise to the Lord. How do I turn the camera? When I greet the Lord, I pray to the Lord. For the mother Jambele, everything being safe again. Everything for your Jambele, oh Jambele, oh yeah. You are not a friend of me. Here we go. All right, we're going live on Instagram. You are not a friend of me. No. All right. Please let me know if I'm getting a good signal. Because I'm not sure. If you can hear me, let me turn the music down. If you can hear me and see me, give me a little shout out in the chat. Just doing a little sound check. Let's put a song that I can sing too. These are all YouTube approved songs. I'm so happy. I'm gonna try to put on the theme song. YouTube is good. Okay, good. Good signal. All right, perfect. Let me put some good tunes on. I'm gonna set the mood. If anybody's got some sage, go ahead and cleanse your space, as we always do and start up on this channel. If you can hear the music, you know, do a little head nod. Hey, hey. I hope you guys are doing well today. And down here in Florida, it's been raining cats and dogs all day, as it is rounding out the end of hurricane season. It was a pretty intense storm. It was some lightning. It scared the shit out of me earlier. But yeah, so I'm just putting it there. Who do we got here? We got Patrick. We got Anna on YouTube. And on Instagram Live, we've got Patrick. Hey, Mom. And we've got Go Locker. Who else we got? Yeah. What's going on? The color is better on IG. Yeah, I know. At some point, I'll invest in the camera. She's a all right, let's get started. We don't want to wait too long for everybody. We's here. We's here on time. Yeah, we gonna turn this down. All right. Let's get into the YouTube and Instagram Live. Welcome. I am Queen Tasha, and I am here today to do a life update. Since the last time you see me on live, which was last month, and also some future plans that I have going, and then also I will round out the day with some RV tips from anybody here that's doing RV life or that wants to do RV life. I thought that this would be a good time to share some things that have been on my mind that I should share. So let's get right into it. Life update. I'm back in Florida. Yeah. I got back to Florida just a little bit earlier than snowbird season, and I am loving being back here. I went up to, as you know, that I went up to the Northeast for the summer, and as it was getting chilly up there, I turned right back around and came back to Florida because I don't do cold. I don't do cold well. I had my big winter blanket out at the end of August. I couldn't have it. But yes, I am back in Florida, and I have been here just for a couple of weeks, but one of the things that I didn't discuss in my last live, because I just wanted to make sure that I manifested it well, that it all came together. But I am actually parked at and working at a lady who found me on Craigslist. I did my barter camping ad again in Florida. As you know, I barter camp to Snowbird down in Florida, so that it is free 99 for me. And what that usually looks like is that I am swapping services for a place to park and to hook up, and it's convenient to the town and things like that. And man, blessed and blessed. Okay, so when the lady responded, her name is Vera, shout out to Vera, she actually has a dog breeding, she breeds schnauzers, and it's a large operation. There was at least 60 dogs, but a bunch of them just had babies, so there's probably way more now. But yeah, so I get to play with pups as my job, and then also I am doing different outside projects for her. I organized a storage container that she had. She's doing some major construction, and she needed stuff moved from there and put into this storage container that she's renting, and I help organize and do all of that. So yes, I am parked here. I'm in the greater Orlando area. I don't know if you know of Sanford, but yeah, they recycle all the names throughout the state. So it's greater Orlando area. And it's beautiful here. It's very peaceful, aside from the dogs, barking when they're outside, but it's very peaceful. I'm behind a closed gate. And I'm able to make a little money helping her out. And she is a German European woman, and she's got a very spicy European accent and personality, but she is a lovely, lovely woman. She's very, very nice. I'm super grateful to her that I'm able to park here, and she actually has 2 other RVs on the property. One that's kind of like the employee lounge, because she has other employees that help her with this massive operation. And then she has one that she is part-time living in while there's things going on. So yes, that is what I'm doing while I'm here. If anybody wants to know, that is my current job, where I make some monies. And it was a blessing to have this as a transition out of unemployment. So if you didn't know, that's how I have been having my beautiful travels. I've been working since I was 12 years old, and I plan on leaving the country, as you know, pretty soon. I won't get any of that money back, so I collected it for the first time through the government. So, thanks, I guess, for taking my money and me taking it back. Whatever. But yeah, so I transitioned smoothly into that. Blessings on blessings on blessings, okay? I'm getting paid well, and I get to stay here for free, and I get to have puppy love whenever I want. There's little baby puppies just came out. I seen one coming out. I get to hold all puppies and smell them and hold them. They're so freaking cute. And then I don't have to, they stay in the house. I don't have to worry about them peeing, pooping, crying, nothing. But I am ready to get another dog, just not yet. I want to get settled, make sure I know what I'm doing, where I'm going. And I do want to get a puppy because I want RV life for them to know RV life is all they know. Who knows, she might gift me with a little schnauzer. There was one here that was so cute. It was a little black one. It was a toy one. I would only do a toy one because they're medium dogs, and I like extra small. Prince was only 5 pounds. But anyways, it was a little one, and I was off one day and it got adopted. And I was like, oh, I didn't even get to say goodbye. It was so cute. But there's plenty more to come. But I think I really want a Chihuahua though. I love Chihuahuas. They're super cute. And even though they bark, that's good for security. But they like to snuggle under the covers, and that's my favorite part about them. But who knows? We'll see what happens. I'm emotionally ready for a dog, but I'm not like ready. Like I need to set things back up. I need to settle myself before I introduce a dog into my life. So, let me do some shout outs to the people watching. Who we got on YouTube? We got Patrick, said hi. Trevor, what's up? Van Life Lenny, hey. 81 E now. I don't know who that is, but what's up? Genuinely Gigi. I don't do cold either. I don't blame you. My mom, hey. And Sean Thomas, what's up? And D Jones, what's up? And on Instagram, who do we got? Joe Easy, Just Limitless, Intelligent somebody, what's good? How everybody? Hey. And my brother, what's up, Dante? And some other people in and out, what's good? And Orda, what's going on? Hey, all right. Shout outs done. Let's see. I was talking about the puppies. But yeah, I've been back in Florida and I've been hanging out with my bestie Bree. We've been spending some very good quality friend time, and I've been socializing and having a good time being back in snowbird life. So when I first got here, I went and stayed with her in her house just to take a break from the RV. She had her nephew there and some family there, and her nephew's super cute. And we did some events. We went to Pride, and what else did we do? Oh, okay. So after that, then I came here, parked up, worked for like a whole week straight, and then we did a little girl staycation. She had a 3-night, was it 3 nights? Yeah, 3 nights, 4 days at a hotel, which was like a little timeshare thing. We've been doing timeshare things. Like I did one already. I'll probably do another one if I feel like, being bothered for pay. But when I first got here, I did one and they gave me $100. So it's like they're everywhere in Orlando area to do little timeshare presentations. But anyway, she had a one that she had prepaid for like a year ago that she did, and we went and did a girl staycation. Her homegirl, Mercedes, shout out to Mercedes, who came down from Atlanta, and then it was me, her, and Bree, and we was team aunties, okay? Yo, we went out. We was back in the bed before 10 o'clock. They were in the bed before 10 o'clock. I stayed up and tried to watch a little TV and stay up for, at least till 11, I'm on vacation. They was in bed and sleep by 10 o'clock, okay? We was on auntie time for the majority of the trip, but it was cute. We sat by the pool. We went and thrifted a little bit. I thrifted mainly at the GW, of course. I'm back in Florida, the best GWs. Had to hit them up. Had to get a couple things. But yeah, and then last weekend, this past Saturday, Bree, her homegirl, was hosting a little event to do archery. And I was like, yes, I could take my crossbow out and do a little practice with it. But I really just wanted to practice doing bow and arrow because I want to get one, but I haven't really, played with it and figured out how it works. So I got some practice. I'm pretty good at it, as per usual. But I want to get my own. So yeah, we did some archery. We did some paddle boating, not boarding. The one where you row your feet. Row your feet. Yeah, that was way more work than we thought it would be. And then this weekend is Halloween. So we are hanging out again to do some corn maze and haunted trails and a little Halloween party in the park. So we have been having the best friend. That's my best friend. Shout out to my best friend. She's on the road right now, so she's probably not in here. But shout out to my best friend. So yeah, that's what's really been going on. I'm super blessed to be here. You might hear some dogs in the background because that's the guard dogs. We have two big dogs. One is a giant schnauzer, and the other one is a German Shepherd. And it's Sasha and Athena. And their names should be different. Like one looks more like a Athena and one looks more like a Sasha, but it's the other way around. That took a minute to figure out, but I've been acclimating them to protect me, giving them treats, and they come and they sit right outside my RV. They bark at everything, that passes by, but I got some guard dogs. I got some cute dogs. There's some chickens too. Living my best life. I'm loving it. So that's what snowbird life is looking like right now. So let me jump right into the future plans that I have coming up. So I do plan to be parked here at least until like early beginning of next year. And that's because I just really want to stay grounded for a little bit, get some things off the ground, and just find a little calmness during this winter season because of the blues season. So yeah, I do plan to be parked, but I plan to be parked in Florida or not going anywhere in Florida mainly till at least May. And that will kind of coincide with the Black Nomads meetup, which we start planning that soon. the next Black Nomads meetup. So I'm going to be correlating my leave time around that time, which will probably be like May, June. So yeah, I'll be in Florida till then and probably parked here and doing this gig at least till early January, maybe February. We'll see what happens. But I do plan to take a trip in January because I just need a break from the United States, like real quick. And so me and my friend Bree are trying to plan like a little best friend trip unless there is a bae that comes in, and then we'll do a vacation. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm going to do that trip in January. And then in March, I do plan to do a 1 month stay out in Mexico. And that's when I will be hosting my retreat. So stay tuned to that. That is in the works of planning. But while I am out there vacationing and taking a break from the United States for a little bit longer time, I will also be hosting a retreat. So yeah, stay tuned to that. And let's see. That is all my like travel-ish plans. I really do plan to be grounded. Take a couple trips out to the beach because this is the first time I'm in central Florida where like the beach is at least an hour one way or an hour and a half another way, So I can't just like pop up to the beach like I normally do, but I will be doing that soon. So also, I have been very busy getting some events together. So I am reviving or bringing back my event planning spirit that came back last year from planning the Black Nomads meetup and some Black Travel Tribe meetups as well. And I'm just using that energy because that's what I love to do. That's part of the business that I have, StarQualityOrganizing. It's professional organizing for both spaces and events. Shameless plug. And I recently had added RV consulting onto that, which I might separate into a separate business, but I just feel like it's all under the same umbrella. So yeah, I am hosting a few events that I feel like is a call for myself to do for myself and then also for the community. But yeah, so it's a lot of women's events. So sorry, Ben, you are not invited. But yeah, so the first one coming up is a virtual women's sex magic new moon ritual. That's a lot to say in one sentence. And that is an exclusive event for women who want to tap into their creation energy power, which is centered down in this areas, and to manifest their desires, whatever that is, money, a relationship, friends, whatever. You can use the creation energy to use it to manifest anything, but it is a powerful practice. It's a practice for manifesting. It's a practice for self-love and self-pleasure and understanding your body. So I just posted a bunch of event flyers on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you should be if you're on here. What's up? But if you're on YouTube watching and you're not following me on Instagram, it's at Queen Tasha's Empire. And I just posted those events on there. So that's the first one. That's November 4th. And that's for the new moon. The next event is a women's circle. So recently I went to a women's circle when I was traveling down from North Carolina to Florida. I stopped in Georgia for two reasons. One, to visit some new friends and to go to this women's circle that Earth Mama Medicine was hosting, which I had to go to. I've been trying to meet this girl for so long. She has inspired me and influenced me on a lot of things that are in my life, and I really wanted to meet her. But I also was super down for this women's circle. It's something that I've been kind of wanting to do for a while, and so going to it, she inspired and encouraged us to host our own event. If there's not one near us, host one. And I just been being called to help and be of service to women, to give and receive support from women. I know that I have a really weird and disconnected relationship with women. I'm so women's empowerment and everything, but when it comes to interpersonal relationships with women and just using that tribe to be supportive and be supported has been a struggle for me probably my entire life. I have had very few like long-term bonds with women. So going to that circle was super empowering and magical, and I wanted to recreate that while I'm here. So I'm going to be hosting monthly women's circles. It's called Women Supporting Women Circle. It'll be hosted in a public park in the greater Orlando area for right now. And we'll be out in the grass. We'll get in one big circle, actually. And we'll create a safe space to be seen and heard and to collaborate as women and support each other and just let each other know that, like, we're not alone. We're all struggling, and at least we can be heard, and at least we can be seen without judgment, because you won't know anybody there. So yeah, that is coming up November 13th. You have to RSVP to this event on Eventbrite. Just check out my Instagram link tree, and there is a link in there for you to RSVP to that event. The next event that happens the weekend after that, which is November 20th, is a women's clothing swap party. So I don't know about you guys, but when anybody is giving things away, including my nieces, who I have taken quite a few things from their Goodwill donation bag that fit me, that I'm using now, I'll go through the bag before I donate. I give people my little bags to see if they want anything before I donate it to, a thrift shop, Goodwill, whatever. And I like to go through other people's stuff because it's new to you without having to pay. Because I like to thrift. If you're a thrifter, then you understand what I'm saying. Like, secondhand stuff is awesome, especially if you don't have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, it's a party. It's a networking party to first. The first part of it, before the event, I will send everybody that are RSVPs a purge guide. So the week before, or a couple days before, I want you to go through this purge guide and go through your things in your closet, your shoes, your clothes, and your accessories to figure out what you're not using and what you would like to get rid of and purge. And then you will bring all those things to the event. They will be laid out for people to go through. You will be able to go through other people's stuff and take what you want, and whatever is left over will be donated to a thrift shop that's it's a thrift shop that's throughout the United States. It's called Out of the Closet, and it supports HIV research and testing. Like, you can go into the store and get tested. And it's just like an LGBT friendly type of thrift shop. So I'm going to have them come get all the things and donate that to them. I'm also going to have a donation box. So if you want to donate, and I will donate some of the proceeds to the thrift shop as well. So if you can't make it to the event and you still want to donate, I will have that information as it gets closer to the event. And yeah, so that is November 20th, and that is also in the greater Orlando area at Merrill Park. That's booked. Yeah, so I have all those little events coming up. I'm using my event planning and professional organizing bone to give back and also, make some money. So those are the things that I have, the events that I have futurely planned. I also am going to do a special YouTube subscriber meetup here in Florida. I know that there's definitely some people here in Florida that have sent me some type of message at some point. Are you going to have a meetup in Florida? You're going to have a meetup in Florida. Yes, I am having a meetup in Florida very soon. The first one is going to be in December. I believe I have it down for December 11th. And I'll figure out the details of like how that's going to look. But it's basically just going to be anybody that wants to come and hang out. We're actually going to do some like adventures, like go on a hike, maybe go kayaking. It will be somewhere adventurous. So I will take you on my adventures if you would like to come. So if you are local to Florida and you would like to come, or you would like to escape the winter and come down to Florida for a day, it will be a one-day event. It's not the Black Travel Tribe thing. The next one that I will do for that will be right before the Black Nomads meetup. So when we book that date, then I will start planning the Black Travel Tribe, because I'm going to host another one the same way we did it this past year, or this year. This past year. What year is it? I'm going to do it the same way because I really enjoy that myself. I feel like we built a tribe and it was super fun. And when we got to the Nomads event, we already had like our own little know people thing and our own little thing. We had walkie-talkies and stuff too. Like, it was really cool. So I'm going to do another one of those events before that Black Nomads meet event, that wherever that happens. So we will meet up here in Florida, and then also there will be a caravan to the event as we did this year. So stay tuned to that, but I haven't started planning any of that. But I have put on my calendar that I am going to do a YouTube subscriber meetup in Florida, and we will go on an adventure. So if you would like to attend that, I will be putting out an RSVP for that soon, but stay tuned to that. Let's see. And then a bunch of local stuff. So YouTube video updates, the future plans for YouTube videos. I have in the works the updated tour video. It's been a weird week in Florida for rain. So like, it was super dry the whole most month of October. It rained maybe once or twice since I've been here. And this week it rained a lot. So I have a videographer coming to help me film an updated tour video, and that should be out hopefully next week if all things go well. So yeah, updated tour video. I'm also going to do a vision journal video. I've been wanting to do my vision journal, but I also wanted to film it. So I'm going to do a vision journal video on how I create this, basically. This is my vision journal. And in here is basically, it's like a vision board, but I use it differently, and it's made a little bit differently in the format. So I'm going to kind of teach or go over how I do that, and then show you guys like the things that I've already manifested in this book. And I use it like a book, and I read it and read the mantras, look at the pictures, because the only way that a vision board works is if you look at it every day. And if you put it up on the wall, a lot of times you're not going to look at it. But if you put it in something that you will read on a regular basis and that you could take with you wherever you go, if you're traveling, if you're a nomad, then you can use that whenever you want. So I will be doing a video on that when I create my next chapter, which is chapter 38, which we're already, month is it, October? 2 months in. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm also going to share with you guys my summer travel adventures of going from North Carolina up to Maine. Mainly that, because like I didn't film too much on the way back. Like I was just trying to get out. But I'm going to show you my summer adventures, and then I'm going to get into some RV life lessons and things about RV life specifically that people ask me questions. I'm going to expand on some of those things and talk about more of those things. 1 second. Let me get some muscle juice. Okay. And then, let's see, RV life lessons, some how-to videos, and then let me know if you're into this. I'm going to try it out and see who comes. We've got 15 people here live with me on YouTube, which is just enough people for me to do, and 3 on Instagram. And I'm sure that some of them are duplicates. But I want to do the next live video will be in November. It's October, almost the end of October, but like in a couple of weeks it will be no, at the end of the week it will be November. But the next full moon is November, I believe 19th. Let me see. I wrote it down. Yeah, November 19th. And I would like to do a full moon. Did I say new moon? Full moon. Full moon ritual with you guys and show you what that looks like as far as like what type of practices I do to honor the moon and the transits of the astros. And I am not an astrologist. I am an astrologist enthused. I seek a lot of guidance from the stars because what happens above is so below. And I find a lot of value in doing it. I have a strong connection with the moon. So if you're into that and you would like to join, that's what my live will be next time for next month. I'm sure you guys love knowing what's going on in my life, but there's not that much going on now. I've told you pretty much everything that I'm about to do, and I'm about to be sitting and chilling. So there's not going to be too much life update. There's not going to be too much, future plans. You know, basically what I'm about to do. The extension of that as far as events and working and chilling, I'm in the process of finding a collaboration. Let me throw that out there. Finding and collaborating with someone who has land that wants to host my RV to be an Airbnb. And there would be a split in profit, obviously, and I would pay to set up some things. But I'm putting that into the universe as I always do. I talk about it so that I can be about it. That's how you manifest things. You don't think about how it's going to happen. You just put it out there, and guess what? Somebody will bless you. And that's how I've been living my life so far. And it's been great. So yeah. And then also that I'm going to do, I've talked about this on other lives, but that I'm also planning to do a box truck build as my next adventure mobile. I'm ready to do custom, and how that's all going to come together. Again, I'm leaving it to the universe. I talk about it so that I can be about it. And it will come soon, but like next year, probably around March, when I get back probably from Mexico, April and May, maybe a little bit of February into March. I'll be starting on that. So, but yeah, that's really all that's going to be happening. So until then, nothing's really going to be happening. So I figured I'd practice with you guys doing some virtual live moon rituals. So stay tuned to that. That will be coming up soon. And I think that is all of the future plans. Outside of dating, your girl is still single and I'm staying in one place. So holla at your girl. Girls only. And yeah, so I want to plug some of my businesses real quick. If I did a little bit already, but this is something that I don't usually do, and you always should be talking about, like I just said, talk about it, be about it. What your business are. A lot of people meet me and they have no idea that I'm doing all this stuff in the background. It's not just YouTube. YouTube is awesome, and I plan on expanding that and doing some more things, trying to get some sponsors out here if you're watching, and try to, have multiple sources of income through YouTube. It's been my dream to be on here. Thank you all you guys who are watching, who watch my videos on a regular basis, who like them, who comment. I appreciate y'all so much. But that is not the only thing that I do. So as I was talking about the events that I'm planning, that is under my StarQualityOrganizing business. It's StarQualityOrganizing.com if you want to go check out the website. I am a professional organizer and event planner. And I have been doing that for a very long time behind the scenes as a side business. And I adjusted that during the pandemic start to be virtual. So there are virtual services on there where I coach you through organizing and how to organize and just going through every step, just like I was there. But there's also in person. So if you are in the greater Orlando area or Florida area, just in general, and you need help with that, holler at your girl. If you know somebody needs help with that, give them my website. But yeah, through that, I'm also right now really focusing on the event planning. Something that I've been really wanting to do is host a retreat. And it is something that I have a lot of it outlined and planned and ready to go. Like, I just haven't had the confidence to pull the trigger yet, because I feel like you have to get people to come and then they will follow you, kind of thing. Like, but yeah, so I want to host an event. That retreat is going to be in Mexico, like I mentioned earlier. It's called the Queen Rising Retreat. It is a retreat for you to rediscover your crown. I'm going to be teaching you everything that I have learned to align with my highest self, and how I've gotten to this place of owning my power. And then also some fun events and things to do to heal your inner child, which I'm still working on. Like, it's a process on a daily, okay? It's like having another baby. It's inside. She's sad. Sometimes she's sad. Because, we weren't ready for adult life. Adulting is hard. It's really hard. So yeah, that will be in March. And for all who are interested in that, stay tuned to that. So that will be coming soon through my Star Quality Organizing umbrella. Also under that umbrella, I added last year RV buying and consulting and renovation consulting, like helping people get into this life the way that I have. I have bought 2 used RVs and been around multiple people with RVs. I've found out that I am Bob the Builder through many on the spot repairs. Thank you, MacGyver and Tim the Tool Man, for teaching me how to be innovative and creative when it comes to RVs and RV buying. I've gotten very blessed on the 2 RVs that I have owned, and so I'm passing on that knowledge to help people, because a lot of people have asked me, so how did you do this? And I made a whole video about it. And if that doesn't help you, then I can help you personally. So holla at your girl. And I've already helped a few people, and I'm in the process of helping some people now. So that little side business is a booming a little bit too. I also have a natural product line, which my main product right now is my all natural deodorant, and it's under my Royal Armor. It's available on Etsy on Queen Tasha's Creations. So if you want some very good natural deodorant that keeps you nice and dry and smell free and itch free, with natural ingredients, I have that available. So check that out. All of this stuff is on my link tree on my Instagram, and also in the descriptions of the videos. So if you need the links for that, just check those things. But yeah, a lot of great reviews about the deodorant. It works well for me. I've been using that formula for a couple years prior to making it a product that I sell. So that is also something available if you want to support. I'm going to be revamping my Patreon and YouTube membership. When I first set it up, I was doing it like how everybody else do it, with the tiers and the things, all the promises and things like that. And I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna really have time to do all that stuff. So I really want to revamp all of that and just make it simple, kind of just like, like a premium kind of thing, and it's just one price. And if you want some extra content, and offer something of value, so let me know if there's anything of value that you would like to know from me. But I think I'm going to do some inspirational stuff. I feel like people want to be inspired by me and the things that I know. I feel like I'll be putting people on to stuff that they don't know about. So I feel like I'll do that on a separate thing from that. So we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's all my plugs of businesses right now. There's other things in the works that I won't talk about yet until they're up and going. But I will be also re-editing my book very soon. Probably at the end of this November, I'll start. I found a Black editor and ghostwriter who is going to help me with that, and that will be re-released with a new cover of how I look now, and just some updated links and things that are in there, resources, and just to make sure that I'm still aligned with the things that I said when I was 31, 32 when I wrote this book, and I'm 38 now. 38. So that is basically what's going on. So let me give you a couple wrap this live up with some RV life tips. For anybody out here who is living RV life or van life, or wants to live RV life and van life, this is just a few quick tips that I've found useful in my life. So one, if you like to cook like me, things, you want to conserve water when you're washing dishes, whether you're plugged up or not. Messes and putting things down the drain, if you know, right? I found that the best solution for that, outside of a dog, if you have a dog, I would used to let my dog lick the bowl or the plate or anything clean before I washed it, because then they get all the mess off of it. But if you do not have a dog, spatula. Spatulas are the best. You use that to scoop out the rest, do a licky lick if it's a licky lick thing, or just scoop it out and dump it in your trash. That way it's not going down your sink or going in your made up sink, whatever it is for van life or RV life. It just helps with cleaning up mess. So having a spatula, these are the ones that I like. This one I got from the Dollar Tree. This one came with the kit of other utensils. And I love these. Like, these are game changers when it comes to saving water, cleaning dishes, just in general. You don't even have to use this for RV life. Like, you can use this to clean up anything. You get the rest of it out. There's so much food waste that happens from, not scraping the bowl. There's a couple licks left. Get those licks. So yeah, then I would say the next thing that has been super, super helpful, it helps with not having stinky tanks. It also helps with having a very good quality gray water. So if you're collecting gray water in a tank, for me, I have only gray water because I don't have a flush toilet. I have a compost toilet. Made a video about that. And when you are doing this live, it's just better for the environment to have biodegradable soaps. So I usually get whatever is at Walmart or Target or any of the health food stores. This one that I happen to get is Palmolive. We won't really plug them, but it's hypoallergenic, biodegradable, 100%, responsibly made, paraben. And what I do is I cut it too. So I put it in a little, this is a reusable, this was a honey that I got from Wildflower Honey. That's Buddha Bee. This is Wildflower Honey from Buddha Bee. I don't know how you say that, but anyways, this is Justin's honey line from Justin and Juby's channel. And so I use this bottle and I put a little bit of soap in there, and then I cut it with water, and then I just squirt the dishes. It makes life so much easier. And you end up with a good quality gray water. And I'm about all that eco-friendly stuff, and I don't want you polluting the water with your chemicals and not good soaps. So I would recommend using a biodegradable soap and cleaners. I make all my own cleaners. It's super easy to make. You can usually have all these ingredients online. White vinegar, your biodegradable soap, some lemon juice, some hydrogen peroxide, and water. That's all you need to make most ingredients. And maybe some rubbing alcohol. I use rubbing alcohol too for stuff like when I want it to dry quick. You put that in there and it helps it dry quick. But if you make all these things, you're doing well for the environment. And your gray water is a good quality. So if you're in a place like this, like I'm here, and what I do is I just do a slow leak of my tank, and it just goes out on the grass. It's not hurting anything. It's actually good for underneath. Next thing, which I am just now suffering with, or not suffering, I am not suffering, that I just had to deal with the other day when I was cleaning up. When I first got into Florida and I was staying, I had my RV parked at a friend's apartment complex, and then I had to stay at Bree's house across the street because I can't park at her apartment complex. And I was parked under a tree just to keep it nice and shady or whatever, and some ants got into my front buck. I haven't had an ant problem thus far yet in this RV. And I'll tell you what, once the ants get in, they infiltrate and they try to conquer. And if you do not find the queen, you will have an ant problem for a very long time. So one of the things that I will recommend, I've cleaned it up and it's good now, but I have a lot of things that I've precautions that I've taken in the past that have helped me, and I hadn't updated these, and that's why they probably got in. And but these Taro liquid ant baits, put these inside. It's basically like a little sugar water thing with a little poison in it. I don't know, but they take this, they eat it, they bring it back to the queen, and then the queen dies. And once the queen dies, they have no reason to be there, and they leave. I just recently got this because of where I'm parked. I'm parked on grass, and in the grass there's lots of ant hole things. And when you have that problem, they're going to come in if you don't have other precautions on the outside. So I recently just got this Taro ant killer shaker stuff that you put around the perimeter. And I also have some stakes coming. But this brand I found is the best. It's not harmful to dogs. That's why I got it originally, because I had a dog in here at one point and I didn't want to be poisoning my dog with anything, because he would, sniff out everything and lick it. So yeah, if you have an ant problem, that's the best stuff to use. It's not toxic, and it works really quickly. Like, they find that shit, they bring it back to the queen, and it's done. And it's over in like 3 days. It's been raining a lot, so we'll see what happens, like, as far as the things that I put outside. But I also bought the stakes. Those are coming tomorrow. But it's been raining crazy, and the UPS guy today was like, not today. So the next thing I would recommend, where did I put this? Oh yeah, is, if you are a nomad or doing RV life, is to have a travel journal. I found this at the GW, and it was empty. And basically I just write down, I plan in this too, but I really just go back and write down where I was on what day. You would be surprised that the days just go by so fast. And there's been times I've woke up and been like, where am I? What Walmart or Cracker Barrel or beach? Or I have to look outside and be like, oh yeah, that's where I am. Especially if you're traveling back-to-back days. This also is a chronicle of your travels. You know what I'm saying? You'd be like, okay, what day? Where was I when I went to what? So this has been super helpful to have a separate journal. You know I'm the queen of journals. I got all kind of things for different reasons. I'm all about a journal. But this journal, I'll be able to just remember all of my travels thus far. From, when did I start this? I got this when I got to Florida, because I got this out of Florida GW, as you know. And I've been chronicling and just keeping track of everywhere that I've been on each day. You can't really see it, but like everywhere that I've been or that I stop and I stay, I just put it in there. And there's plenty of pages left that I'll be able to document my travels. But this, even if you're not a planner, like just writing down where you've been and being able to see it like that, like it's the best way to like keep track of your travels. So that's a little RV life tip for my nomad travelers. And then my last tip is for, somebody had asked me this in a question. I forgot to answer it in the Q&A last time, but they wanted to know about my off-grid systems. And as doing RV life, there's so many different ways that you can do it to have power and water. And it's important to have secondary systems and thirdary systems. That's not a word, but when you are not plugged in or when you don't have access to a shore power, to have outside power. Now, obviously, a lot of people like to get the solar, and that is a somewhat good source, especially if it's connected to your house or connected on your roof. But having other things outside of that, so you can have lights, so you can have power to recharge things, is essential. So one of the best things I have is like, little power packs. I have these little ones. I have like a big one. I didn't want to get that one. It's all the way up there. But I have a big one that actually is a jumper, like it jumps the car. And then it also has place to plug in both a 12 volt and a 110 volt power. And then I have tap lights everywhere. This one, it needs some more batteries, but like these are battery operated. So I don't have to use my battery of my house. I don't have to use a generator to have lights. I don't have to use my solar, storage to have lights. I have different ways to have lights. I also love winter season only because I can use candles, and I love me some candles. I mean, you can use candles during the summer, but it makes it hot, and that's another, that's why it's great in the winter, because it like warms it up a little bit. It gives you this like nice ambient lighting, natural lighting. I love it. So having different systems in the RV that are not connected to the grid necessarily, so that you can be off grid, or just if you don't want to use power or you don't have access to power, you still have power. I got the power. You gotta have the power. So yeah, having some secondary systems like that. I also have this is a fan. People always wonder how I'm cool in the RV. I'm just like, I like being hot. I mean, I don't like being hot. Let me say that. I'd rather be hot than cold. Okay. So the only way I have air conditioning. People always ask me, do you have air conditioning here? I'm like, yeah, I have air conditioning. But the way that the power system works is I can only use that when I'm hooked up to shore power, full power. Right now I'm hooked up to half power, which is 15 amps. My plug is a 30 amp RV. And I'm sure if you don't know RV life, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But basically, if I don't have 30 amps of power, which is at an RV park, or having that full plug that looks like the plug for a washer, then I can't use the air conditioner. I rarely use that. Like, I use it as a luxury when I'm plugged in. Yes, of course, if I'm plugged in 30 amps, and especially at an RV park, if I'm paying, blast that shit, okay? But most of the time I'm not. Most of my RV life in this Purple Palace has been off grid. And so I have to have ways to have power and to stay cool. I'm a window person. When I'm driving, I use the windows. My AC in my RV, it's old. It wasn't really working when I got it. I wasn't really worried about it because my last RV didn't have AC either, so I wasn't worried about it that much. But I like the windows. And the other good thing to have is some fans. So I have this one. This is a USB powered fan. It also has lights on it. And red lights too. And it has pretty strong fan. And this is USB powered, so I can plug this into this to charge it if I want to. If I don't have, if I'm trying to conserve the power of another thing. I have another fan that plugs directly into a plug or outlet, and then I have one that plugs into the cigarette lighter. So I have different fan systems, but if it gets too hot in this hot box, I get out. That's the whole point of living RV life, is to go outside. I get out. I either get out and go in somebody's house with air conditioning, or I get out and I sit outside and not bake in here. Who's crazy enough to sit in here and die? It's not worth it, y'all. It's not. So that's why you have to have secondary and third dairy systems so that you can stay cool, so you can stay powered, and you can still have water. Oh, the water tips are to have, like, in my bathroom, I have a cooler, and like that's my backup to when my solar is not powering enough for my fridge to be on. I have the cooler, and I just go get some ice, put my food in the cooler. If I know I'm going to do that, I try not to have too much food that needs to be cool, but I can do that. But inside there, when it's not being used as a cooler, I have 2 jugs of water. And it's not drinking water. It's just water extra, like if I need to wash my dishes or wash my hands or, rinse something off or whatever. I have extra water that I can use outside. So it's not going down my drain into my tank. I recently got a solar shower that I can use outside. I've only used it outside once, but it's filled with water, and I can use that if I need to as a shower or just have extra water. I have a 5-gallon water jug that I refill at Walmart or any like those water refill places, and I get purified water that I can drink and cook with. So having those secondary systems allows me to not have to worry about what's going on in my tank. If I have enough water in my tank, if I run out of water in my tank when I'm using the water in my tank off grid, then I have these secondary things if I still want to wash myself, if I still want to wash my dishes and stuff like that. And then if I'm not plugged in directly to water, which I am right now, I'm plugged directly in where the water is just coming through a hose through the pipes. But if that was to go out, I have backup. You know what I'm saying? If the power was to go out or whatever, like I have backup all this stuff. So it's good to have backup systems in place when you're doing RV life, because you cannot rely on the primary systems in RV. It's very nice to have, and if you live in an RV park, most likely you don't have to worry about this, but it's still good to have because sometimes the power goes out. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? you still gotta live, right? You can be down for a couple of days, but if you live in Florida, as you know, if the power goes out for a couple of days, it might go out for a week. So, you want to have some backup systems to accommodate your RV life. So those are my RV tips, just a few tips that I thought was important to share and just off the top of the brain. If you have any more questions about RV life, send it to me in the comments. I try to answer it there, or you can send it to, there's a video on some stuff that's common questions that I answered at the very beginning of my YouTube life. It's the second or third video, which is RV life questions. What do I do for these different things? So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer. Let me do some shout outs before we head out. Let me get some music on. So who came in? Let's see. We want to manifest to
play by USB drive.
Hey, LEXNC. You already listened to this. And then it says, you're amazing and beautiful, Chris, aka Mr. Talent. Hey, Havanya, what's up? Definitely put me on to some stuff, but that's why. Hello from Jersey, one day closer. Luminary, what's up? Beautifully imperfect. Which solar shower do you recommend? I found the mid-priced one on Amazon. Whatever was on sale at the time is what I picked. But I picked one that had it had the little thing on it. You know what? I'm gonna do an Amazon. That will be a live video at some point. I'm gonna take everything out that I bought from Amazon. This is one of the things. I'll put the links in the description, and then you can go find it. I love Amazon. Okay, it's my love-hate relationship with the system. If I can get it in 2 days for a third of the price, I'm sorry. I guess I'm giving money to Jeff Bezos. What can you do? You know that like 65 to 70% of Americans have an Amazon Prime account? I'm one of them. What can you do? 2-day shipping. You can't beat that. You don't have to leave the house. Come on. Anyways, who else do we got here? Jensen. Where are you heading to next? Nowhere. I'm staying in Florida. At least till the end of the year. And then Eva. No, it's Eva. Sorry. My bad. But yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. Let's do a little hey. It's been real, y'all. I appreciate you coming out to support me. You have no idea how much this means to me for me to come out here and be silly and be live and tell you about my life if anybody cares, and share this journey with you guys. So I hope you had a good time. I hope you learned something. I hope you found out something that you wanted to know. So I love you guys. It's been real. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Peace and blessings. I'm out. For you made it easy for me. Yeah. Nothing that you could ever do would make